Hello all, welcome back to our class. Yesterday we had discussed about various units of measurements of an angle as well as trigonometric ratios. Now we will be discussing about the values of trigonometric ratios at some specified angles, right? So let's have a look on one of the trigonometric ratios, sin theta, right, where theta is an angle and this angle can be either in degrees or either in radians or either in grades. So we are discussing about only degrees in our grade 10. So let us think about what are the values of all these 6 trigonometric ratios at some specified angles. Specified angles means not all the angles, only the angles from 0 degrees to 90 degrees, and that too 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees as well as 90 degrees. Now what is the value of sin 0 degrees, sin 30 degrees, sin 45 degrees, sin 60 degrees as well as sin 90 degrees, along with sin about all other trigonometric ratios also, right? But basically this theta is an acute angle and moreover it should be a part of a right angle triangle. But how can you imagine that 0 degrees as well as 90 degrees are part of right angle triangles? Okay, first let us think about all these 3 angles and then we will think about 0 degrees as well as 90 degrees, right? Okay, coming to this 60 degrees. Now 60 degrees is familiarly one of the angles of one particular triangle. Can you guess what is the triangle, what is the angle 60 degrees, and moreover it is located in which particular triangle constantly? Yes, you are right. 60 degrees is available in an equilateral triangle. But how can you consider an equilateral triangle to figure out all the trigonometric ratios? Let's have a look on that. Okay. So now according to the properties of equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all the 3 sides are equal as well as all the 3 angles are equal. Okay. Let me take one equilateral triangle. So this is an equilateral triangle in which A, B, C are the vertices of equilateral triangle. Of course, all the 3 angles are equal to 60 degrees. So angle A equal to 60, angle B equal to 60, angle C is equal to 60 degrees. So now this angle B is equal to 60 degrees as well as this angle C also equal to 60 degrees. Let me consider every equal side of equilateral triangle is equal to some length x units, and this is also x units. Of course, this is also x units, correct? And now let me draw a perpendicular from A onto the side BC. So this is a perpendicular drawn onto the side BC. Let this perpendicular be some AD. But according to the properties of equilateral triangle, the altitude or perpendicular drawn on one of the sides will be the perpendicular bisector of the side. So that BD is equal to DC, right? And this is 60 degrees, this is 90 degrees. In this triangle, obviously this angle is going to be 30 degrees, okay? And moreover, this total length of BC is equal to x, that D divides BC into 2 equal parts, so that obviously the length of BD is going to be x by 2 as well as DC is going to be x by 2. And moreover, we will have to find what is the altitude of that particular triangle, and moreover what kind of triangles these ADB and ADC are. Yes, obviously those 2 triangles are congruent triangles, right? How are they congruent? By right angle is equal to right angle, hypotenuse equal to hypotenuse, this is one of the side is equal to one of the side. So by RHS congruence, these 2 triangles are congruent. So that you can consider either triangle ADB or you can consider triangle ADC, anything is okay. Now if you want to apply trigonometric ratios, you should know about all the three sides of right angle triangle. If you consider right angle triangle ADB, we know what is the length of AB as well as what is the length of BD, but we do not know what is the length of AD. Can you be able to figure out the value of AD by using Pythagoras theorem? Yes, absolutely. So, because since it is a right angle triangle, hypotenuse square equal to side square plus side square, then we get the length of AD is equal to root 3 divided by 2 into x. And moreover, this is a known fact that altitude of an equilateral triangle would be root 3 by 2 times to its side. We had already discussed and proved it. If you want, you can prove it by using Pythagoras theorem also. Fine. Let us consider this right angle triangle ABD. In this right angle triangle, there are two angles, which is one of them is 30 degrees as well as one of them is 60 degrees. Okay. So, let us consider one of the acute angles, for example 30 degrees. Now, theta is equal to 30 degrees. Okay. Theta is equal to 30 degrees. Now, I am going to figure out all the 6 trigonometric ratios according to acute angle 30 degrees. Got it? Now, the first one is sin 30 degrees. According to the definition of sin theta is equal to side opposite to theta divided by hypotenuse. So, here side opposite to theta is BD going to be x divided by 2 divided by hypotenuse is equal to x. X is nothing but x divided by 1. When you cancel x and x, then it is going to be 1 divided by 2. So, that means the value of sin 30 degrees is equal to 1 by 2. That is a fixed value. It will not be changed. Right? When theta is equal to 30 degrees, then sin 30 degrees is equal to 1 by 2. Now, coming to next trigonometric ratio, that is cos. So, cos 30 degrees is equal to, according to the definition of cos theta, side adjacent to theta by hypotenuse. So, side adjacent to theta there is root 3 by 2 times x divided by hypotenuse is going to be x. Again, x and x gets cancelled, we left with root 3 by 2. So, that is the value of cos 30 degrees. Now, coming to tan. So, tan 30 degrees is equal to, what is the definition of tan theta? Side opposite to theta divided by side adjacent to theta. So, side opposite to theta here is x divided by 2 divided by side adjacent to theta is equal to root 3 by 2 times x. When you cancel x by 2, then you left 1 with the numerator, whereas the denominator is going to be 3. So, the value of tan 30 degrees is equal to 1 divided by root 3. And coming to cosecant 30 degrees. So, cosecant 30 degrees is equal to, according to the definition of cosecant theta, hypotenuse by side opposite to theta. So, where hypotenuse is x divided by side opposite to theta, side opposite to 30 degrees is x by 2. What is x by 2? Again, x and x cancel, 1 by 2 will become 2 divided by 1. It means the value of cosecant 30 degrees is equal to 2. From this you can figure it out, otherwise by the definitions, by the ratios, by the relations between trigonometric ratios also, we can easily say that cosecant theta is equal to 1 by sin theta. Since sin 30 is equal to 1 by 2, cosecant 30 is equal to reciprocal of 1 by 2. Reciprocal of 1 by 2 is nothing but 2 by 1, obviously that is 2. Right? And then secant 30 degrees. So, secant 30 degrees is equal to, what is the definition of secant theta? Hypotenuse by side adjacent to theta. So, hypotenuse here is x divided by side adjacent to 30 degrees is root 3 divided by 2x. So, again x and x cancel, 1 divided by root 3 by 2 is going to be 2 divided by root 3. So, that is the value of secant 30 degrees. And coming to last trigonometric ratio, that is cot, then what is the value of cot 30 degrees? According to the definition of cot 30, side adjacent to 30 divided by side opposite to 30. So, side adjacent to 30 here is root 3 by 2x divided by side opposite to 30 is x divided by 2. So, here root 3 by 2 x divided by x by 2. So, x by 2 cancel, then we left with root 3. So these are 6 trigonometric ratios according to acute angle 30. So these are all the standardized values. The values will not be changed. So you will have to remember all the values, right? So sin 30 is equal to 1 by 2. Cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. Tan 30, 30 means 30 degrees by default, okay? And cosecant 30 degrees is equal to 2. Secant 30 is equal to 2 by root 3 and cot 30 is equal to root 3. So this way we can derive the values of all trigonometric ratios for 30 degrees. And okay, 30 degrees values are over. Will you be able to figure out the values of all trigonometric ratios according to angle 60 degrees? Yes, it is possible because 60 degrees is available in the same triangle. So let us try to figure out the values of all 6 trigonometric ratios according to acute angle 60 degrees. Okay. So now theta is going to be 60 degrees. Okay. Now for 30 degrees everything is over. Now we are going to figure out for 60 degrees. Now theta is equal to 60 degrees. Coming to the first trigonometric ratio, that is sine. So sine 60 degrees is equal to, now according to this angle with respect to 60 degrees. Now what is the definition of sine theta? Side opposite to theta by side adjacent to theta, hypotenuse. Sine 60 is equal to side opposite to 60, that is root 3 divided by 2 x divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is equal to x. So here x and x gets cancelled, then you get root 3 divided by 2. That root 3 divided by 2 is the standard and fixed value of sine 60 degrees. Okay. Now coming to cos 60 degrees. Cos 60 degrees is equal to side adjacent to 60, that is x divided by 2 by hypotenuse, that is equal to x. Now x and x cancel, we left with 1 divided by 2. That is the value of cos 60 degrees. And coming to tan. So tan 60 degrees is equal to side opposite to 60, that is root 3 by 2x divided by side adjacent to 60, that is x by 2. So here x by 2 cancel, we left with only root 3. So that is the value of tan 60 degrees. Coming to cosecant 60 degrees. Cosecant 60 degrees is equal to hypotenuse divided by side opposite to 60 degrees, that is root 3 by 2x. So that x divided by root 3 by 2x, x and x cancel, 1 divided by root 3 by 2 is going to be 2 divided by root 3. That is the value of cosecant 60 degrees. And coming to secant 60 degrees. Secant 60 degrees is equal to hypotenuse by side adjacent to 60. Hypotenuse is x divided by side adjacent to 60, that is x divided by 2. So x by 2 is nothing but x cancel, 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 1, that is equal to 2. And coming to last trigonometric ratio, that is cot 60 degrees. What is the definition of cot theta? Side adjacent to theta divided by side opposite to theta. So adjacent to theta is x divided by 2 divided by opposite to 60 degrees is root 3 by 2x. Again x by 2 cancel, left with 1 divided by root 3. So these are 6 trigonometric ratios according to acute angle 60. Right. So we found the values of all trigonometric ratios at theta is equal to 30 degrees as well as at theta is equal to 60 degrees. So 30 degrees, 60 degrees over. Now we left with 0 degrees, 45 degrees as well as 90 degrees. Now let me think where this 45 degrees is available. In an equilateral triangle only 60 degrees available. When you drop a perpendicular, of course 30 and 60 are available. But in an equilateral triangle 45 degrees is not available. But if you consider this 45 degrees is available and moreover one of the angles should be 90 degrees because it should be a right angle triangle. So 90 plus 45 is equal to 135. 135 plus how much equal to 180? Obviously 45 degrees. So if one angle is equal to 45, then the other angle is obviously 45 degrees if it is a right angle triangle. Right. So if both the angles are 45 and one of the angle is 90 degrees, then what do you call the triangle? this is right angle triangle and two angles are equal, then the sides opposite to equal angles also equal, means it is an isosceles triangle plus it is a right angle triangle. So that you will have to consider a right angled isosceles triangle to figure out the values of trigonometric ratios at 45 degrees, right. So let us draw one right angled isosceles triangle to figure out the values of all trigonometric ratios at 45 degrees, right. Right angled isosceles triangle means what? One of the angle should be 90 degrees since it is a right angle triangle, and moreover both the angles are equal, so it is 45 degrees, as well as this angle is also 45 degrees, right. Let us consider one of the sides, equal sides of this right angled isosceles triangle is equal to some x, then this one also equal to x. If this is x and this is x, will you be able to identify what is AC? Yes, of course, by using Pythagoras theorem, right. Hypotenuse square equal to side square plus side square. So AC square equal to x square plus x square. What is x square plus x square? 2x square. So AC square is equal to 2x square. Then what is the value of AC going to be? Square root 2x square, correct. Square root 2x square means square root 2 cannot be simplified further, but square root x square, square and root gets cancelled, then you get x. Therefore the value of the hypotenuse is going to be square root 2 times x. That is what is the length of the hypotenuse of right angled isosceles triangle is root 2 times to its side. Please do remember, these all are standard values when you have an isosceles right angle triangle. Then the hypotenuse of isosceles right angle triangle is always root 2 times to its side. Please do remember. Okay, let's get into our problem, finding the values of all trigonometric ratios. Okay, so first one, now theta is equal to 45 degrees. When theta is equal to 45 degrees, then which 45 degrees we should consider? Both are equal to 45 degrees, so that you can consider any one of the 45 degrees, doesn't matter. Okay, let us fix for this. Okay, let us consider this 45 degrees. Now first, sine 45 degrees. Sine 45 degrees is equal to side opposite to 45, that is x, divided by hypotenuse is equal to root 2x. Can we cancel x and x? Then we left with 1 divided by root 2. This is the value of sine 45 degrees. So coming to cos 45 degrees. So cos 45 degrees is equal to, again what is the definition of cos 45? Side adjacent to 45 divided by hypotenuse, that is root 2 times x. Again x and x cancel, we left with 1 divided by root 2. So what we observed here, the value of sin 45 is 1 by root 2, as well as cos 45 is also equal to 1 by root 2. We can understand one simple result here, the simple logic, simple relation between sin and cos. If sin of one angle is equal to cos of that angle, means sin 45 is equal to 1 by root 2, cos 45 is also equal to 1 by root 2. Suppose if I have a question that if sin theta is equal to cos theta, if sin theta is equal to cos theta, then what can you infer about theta? Means what? At which angle sin as well as cos both are equal? You can understand easily and identify that at 45 degrees sin and cos both are equal, because sin 45 is exactly equal to cos 45 degrees. Therefore, if sin theta is equal to cos theta, then theta is equal to 45 degrees. Okay, you will have to remember this. You will have to identify, of course. Right. So coming to the next trigonometric ratio. What is the next trigonometric ratio? Yes, of course, tan. So tan 45 degrees. Tan 45 degrees is equal to side opposite to 45, that is x, divided by side adjacent to 45, that is also equal to x. What is the value of x by x? Yes, x and x gets cancelled, then you get 1. So the value of tan 45 degrees is equal to 1. And coming to the next trigonometric ratio, that is cosecant 45 degrees. Cosecant 45 degrees, what is the definition of cosecant theta? Hypotenuse root 2x divided by side opposite to 45, that is x. Again x and x cancel, you get root 2. So the value of cosecant 45 degrees is equal to root 2. And coming to the next trigonometric ratio, that is secant. So secant 45 degrees. Secant 45 degrees is equal to again hypotenuse divided by means root 2 times x divided by side adjacent to 45, it means x. So x and x cancel, again you get root 2. Again you see here cosecant 45 is root 2, secant 45 is also equal to root 2. So what can you infer about cosecant and secant? Yes, same as like sin and cos. If cosecant theta is equal to secant theta, then theta is equal to 45 degrees, right? This 45 degrees has so many relations, so that you can easily remember for these trigonometric ratios, right? And after cosecant secant, the final trigonometric ratio, that is cot 45 degrees. So cot 45 degrees is equal to, what is the definition of cot 45? Side adjacent to 45 divided by side opposite to 45, that is x divided by x, which is equal to 1. So this is about the values of all trigonometric ratios at theta is equal to 45 degrees. But 45 degrees has some special characters here, that sin theta and cos theta are equal, cosecant theta and secant theta are equal, tan theta and cot theta are equal. Now you will have to think back what we discussed about some ratios which are formed being added by the word CO, co-ratios. Sin co-ratios is cosine, means cos. See, sin and cos are equal. Tan co-ratio is cot, so tan and cot are equal. Tan 45 equal to cot 45. And secant and cosecant both are equal at 45 degrees. So that trigonometric ratios are equal to their co-ratios at theta is equal to 45 degrees. So please do remember this. This is a very useful and important result, right? So now we derived the values of all trigonometric ratios for 30 degrees, for 45 degrees and for 60 degrees, because all these three angles are available in triangle. Either it is right angle triangle or non-right angle triangle, but these angles are available as acute angles in right angle in triangles. But what about 0 degrees as well as 90 degrees? Because 0 degrees and 90 degrees are not available in triangle as acute angles. Then how do you figure out the ratios of all trigonometric ratios at theta is equal to 0 degrees and at theta is equal to 90 degrees? Let's have a look on that. It's really interesting. So you will have to understand, okay, how we are going to derive this. Before we derive the values of these trigonometric ratios for 0 degrees and 90 degrees, let us try to understand. This is a coordinate plane, right? So this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay. Suppose I am plotting a point here. The name of the point is x comma y, means the coordinates of the point are x and y. So how do you know that that point is x comma y, or the coordinates of the point x comma y? Because if you observe the distance of this point, for example this point is P, the distance of that point from y-axis is x, and the distance of that point from x-axis is y, then only that point is considered as x comma y, right? This is what, like how you are identifying your location. For example, if you open your Google, like Google location, right? So if you want to just convey to your friend to reach your place, you can simply share that Google location. See how they identify that Google location, because that particular Google location says that, so how many units distance, otherwise how many kilometers or how many meters distance your place is from one particular basic point. Okay, so from that particular basic point and from other references, so they will exactly locate your place. See here, even in 9th class also we discussed some concepts on this plotting of points. For example, this is a table. Okay, so in this table, for example, I kept one table lamp here, right? and you are asked a question that locate where that table lamp is placed. Then obviously we say that the table lamp is placed on one corner of the table. One corner of the table in the sense what? Is this the only corner? Can't you say that this is the corner? Can't you say that nearer to that? See, these are all are irrelevant answers. But we are not exactly conveying the message that where that table lamp is located on the table. If you would say that this table lamp is at some unit distance from the top edge and from some unit distance from the right edge, then exactly you can say that that is the position or that is the location of the table lamp. We cannot simply say that the table lamp is nearer to the top edge. Nearer to the top edge is nothing but if it is nearer, then what do you call this? Is it not nearer to that? And suppose if you keep some closure, is it not nearer to that? That is not the location that you are locating exactly. So that is why if you would say how many units distance from the top edge with reference to the top edge or with reference to the bottom edge, anything is okay, doesn't matter. But with reference to one of the edges, so how many units distance the table lamp is placed at. So then we can exactly say that this is what the location. Like that, x comma y is the location of a point on the coordinate plane. How can you say that that is the location of the point? Because that point x comma y is exactly at x unit distance from y axis and y units distance from x axis. Then only you can say that that point is x comma y. Did you understand? Right. So moving on to our concept here, that is the point x comma y. Now I am going to figure out the point x comma y here. See, I am joining that O and P. O is nothing but origin. Okay, when you join O and P, there is a right angle triangle formed. See, this is y and this is horizontal axis. So the value of this length is same as this length because it's basically a rectangle. Let us name this point is some A. Once observe triangle OPA, we can understand one thing that this OP is started rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Then that angle is formed and angle can be considered as positive angle theta. With the help of this right angle triangle OAP, you can find out the values of all trigonometric ratios. Right? I will just write here. What is the value of sine theta? So sine theta is equal to side opposite to theta divided by hypotenuse. Let us say hypotenuse is equal to some r, is equal to r. And cos theta is equal to side adjacent to theta by hypotenuse. Right? And tan theta, so tan theta is equal to side opposite to theta divided by side adjacent to theta. And cosecant theta, so cosecant theta is equal to hypotenuse divided by side opposite to theta. And secant theta is equal to hypotenuse by side adjacent to theta. And finally cot theta is equal to side adjacent to theta divided by side opposite to theta. These are basically the 6 trigonometric ratios according to this particular right angle triangle with respect to the acute angle theta. Now the task begin. See here, this OP lying on x axis. If this OP lies on x axis, then what is the value of this theta? X axis is the initial ray and OP is the final ray because it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. So when it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, then some angle theta is formed. But now our point is, if OX and OP coincide each other is nothing but what? The rotation not started at. If the rotation is not started at, then what would be the value of theta? If the rotation is not started, then the value of theta is equal to 0 degrees. Obviously, if there is no angle formed, means the angle is equal to 0 degrees. Yes, that is one point. And moreover, this x-axis and OP coinciding each other means one lie on the other. If that one lie on the other, what about the position of the point P? See here, the position of the point P here is, this is x-axis and this is origin. when it is not started rotation, this is what the position of the point P. If this is the position of the point P, then OP lying on x-axis. OP lying on x-axis means the value of OP is equal to R should be on x-axis. Then in this case, the value of x and R both are equal, because OA is equal to x and OP is also lying on x-axis, so that P and A coincide each other. Got it? So then the value of x and the value of R are both are equal. Then what about the vertical length? So the vertical length AP, that vertical length AP is equal to y is not there, because P and A coincide. Since P and A coincide, the value of y is going to be 0. Did you get my point? So here x is equal to R and y is equal to 0. When x is equal to R, y is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0 degrees, will you be able to figure out the values of all trigonometric ratios at theta is equal to 0 degrees? Yes, obviously we can find out the values of all trigonometric ratios according to theta is equal to 0 degrees and the value of x is equal to R and y is equal to 0. Shall we start finding the values? Right. Now first of all, sine 0 degrees is equal to, where theta is equal to 0 degrees, which is y divided by R. What is the value of y here? Y is equal to 0, so that 0 divided by R is equal to R. So 0 by R is equal to 0. Therefore, the value of sine 0 degrees is equal to 0. And coming to cos, so cos 0 degrees. Cos 0 degrees means cos theta is equal to 0 degrees is equal to x divided by R. So x by R, where the value of x and R both are equal. So R divided by R by R is equal to 1. So that is the value of cos 0 degrees. Coming to tan, so tan 0 degrees. Tan 0 degrees is equal to y divided by x. So y by x is equal to, the value of y is equal to, what is the value of y? Y is equal to 0 divided by x is equal to R. The value of 0 divided by R is equal to, 0 by anything is equal to 0, right? So tan 0 degrees is equal to 0. And coming to cosecant. Cosecant 0 degrees is equal to, what is the definition of cosecant theta? R divided by y. So that R divided by y will become R divided by y is equal to 0. R divided by 0. Division with 0 is not defined. So that R divided by 0 is undefined. Right? And now after cosecant and then coming to secant 0 degrees. So secant 0 degrees is equal to, what is secant 0 degrees? R divided by x. So R divided by x is equal to, the value of R is R and x is also equal to R. R by R is equal to 1. So that is the value of secant 0 degrees. And coming to final trigonometric ratio, that is cot 0 degrees. Cot 0 degrees is equal to, what is the definition of cot 0? X divided by y. The value of x is equal to, right, I will write x divided by y. The value of x is equal to, what is the value of x here? X is equal to, what is x? X is equal to R divided by y is equal to 0. So that R divided by 0 again, it is undefined, because division with 0 is undefined. So this way you can easily figure out the values of all trigonometric ratios at theta is equal to 0 degrees, even though it is not available in a right angled triangle. So that is why if you understand the definition, so that it can be easily figure out the values of any trigonometric ratio. Got it? Fine. So let's move on to, after theta is equal to 0 degrees, now we have theta is equal to 90 degrees. Now let's see how 90 degrees is formed according to this. Okay. So how 90 degrees is formed according to this information and according to this definition. Once you observe here, theta is equal to, see here, theta is equal to 0 degrees. When theta is equal to 0 degrees? When OP coincides with x-axis. Suppose if OP coincide with y-axis, then we can say that theta is equal to 90 degrees. Got my point? So for theta is equal to 90 degrees, this is vertical axis and this is horizontal axis, and now this is y and this is x, this is O, your P lying over here on y axis, that is P. If P is lying on y axis, then this R value will be here, R value will be on OP. But basically what is this length, vertical length, which is y, right? So since vertical length is equal to y, so that where y value and R value both are same. And now what about the value of x? There is no horizontal distance. Since there is no horizontal distance, x value is going to be 0, right? So with the help of this x, y, r, will you be able to find out all 6 trigonometric ratios? Yes, of course. So first of all, what is sine 90 degrees? Now theta is equal to 90 degrees. Sine 90 equal to y divided by r. So y by r, which is equal to, the value of y is equal to r divided by r is equal to r. So r by r is going to be 1. Therefore the value of sine 90 degrees is equal to 1. Coming to cos. So what is cos 90 degrees? Theta equal to 90, x divided by r. So that x divided by r, but the value of x is equal to how much? That is 0. So 0 divided by r is equal to r. What is the value of 0 divided by anything? Which is equal to 0. And coming to tan, so that tan 90 degrees. So tan 90 degrees is equal to y divided by x, y by x, and the value of y is equal to r divided by x is equal to 0. What is r divided by 0? Yes, which is undefined. So that the value of tan 90 is equal to undefined. And coming to cosecant, so cosecant 90 degrees is equal to r divided by y, which is r by y is equal to, the value of r is r and the value of y is also equal to r. So therefore the value of r by r is going to be 1. So that is cosecant 90 degrees. And then coming to secant 90 degrees. So secant 90 degrees is equal to r divided by x. So r by x, substitute the values. The value of r is equal to r and divided by x is equal to 0. So anything by 0 is equal to undefined. Therefore the value of secant 90 degrees is equal to undefined. Coming to the last trigonometric ratio, that is cot 90 degrees, which is cot 90 is equal to x divided by y, which is equal to, the value of x is equal to 0 divided by y is equal to r. 0 by anything is equal to 0, right? So this way we can find the values of 6 trigonometric ratios at theta is equal to 0 degrees, theta is equal to 30 degrees, theta is equal to 45 degrees, theta is equal to 60 degrees, and theta is equal to 90 degrees. Okay. So this is the way of deriving the values of all 6 trigonometric ratios. Now I will just summarize all these 6 for these 5 angles, okay, and then I will just write them in a tabular form. Okay, you will have to remember the tabular form. Of course, I will tell you, I will give you logics to remember the tabular values easily. Okay, first let me write all the trigonometric ratios values at all these 5 specified angles. Okay, now I am going to draw a table. Okay, now that is right. So I will write angles here and I will write trigonometric ratios. So what are 6 trigonometric ratios? First trigonometric ratio is going to be, what is the first trigonometric ratio? First trigonometric ratio is going to be sine, and the second trigonometric ratio is going to be cos, and third ratio is going to be tan, next cosecant, next secant, next cot. we derived for five values, right? 5 angles, specified angles. What are those 5 specified angles? Can you please tell? First specified angle is 0 degrees, and then 30 degrees, and then 45 degrees, and then 60 degrees, and then 90 degrees. Okay. Now I will write the values of all 6 trigonometric ratios. We just derived all these things, right? So the value of sin 0 we got it as 0, sin 30 1 by 2, sin 45 1 by root 2, sin 60 is root 3 divided by 2, and sin 90 is equal to 1. Correct? And cos 0 is equal to 1, cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2, cos 45 equals to 1 by root 2, cos 60 is 1 by 2, and cos 90 equals to 0. Coming to tan 0 is equal to 0, tan 30 is equal to 1 by root 3, and tan 45 is equal to 1, and tan 60 is equal to root 3, and tan 90 is equal to undefined. Correct? And coming to cosecant, cosecant 0 is equal to undefined, and cosecant 30 is equal to 2, cosecant 45 is equal to root 2, cosecant 60 is equal to 2 divided by root 3, and cosecant 90 is equal to 1. Coming to secant values, so secant 0 is equal to 1, secant 30 is equal to 2 by root 3, secant 45 is equal to root 2, secant 60 is equal to 2, secant 90 is equal to undefined. And coming to cot 0 is undefined, and cot 30 is equal to root 3, cot 45 is equal to 1, cot 60 is equal to 1 by root 3, and cot 90 is equal to 0. Right? So these are the values of 6 trigonometric ratios at some specified angles: 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 and 90 degrees. Now you see, it is very easy to remember the tabular values at any instant. You know how to remember all these 6 trigonometric ratios. Once you observe the table, okay, I would like to give you something that you could call them as tips. See, the table starts with 0, ends with 0. See, when you are coming to earth, you are nothing, and when you are going away from the earth, of course you are nothing, right? So your life starts with nothing and your life ends with nothing. Got it? And coming to this sine values, cos values, tan, cosecant, secant, cot, you can understand one more thing here, that sine ends with 0, and then immediately cos starts with, sine ends with 1, immediately cos starts with 1, and cos ends with 0, tan starts with 0, and tan ends with undefined, and then cosecant starts with undefined. Cosecant ends with 1, and then secant starts with 1, and secant ends with undefined. Similarly, cosecant starts with undefined, and cosecant ends with 0, again sine starts with 0. So here, whatever the column that you are taking, whatever the last number of that particular trigonometric ratio, that would be the immediately the first number for the next ratio. See, 1, 1, 0, 0, undefined, undefined, 1, 1, undefined, undefined, 0, 0, right? So that is one hint to remember. And second thing is coming to co-ratios. Co-ratios means what? If two trigonometric ratios are said to be co-ratios, then the word CO should be added to one of the ratios, then only they are said to be co-ratios. And moreover, those two co-ratios, if you once observe, sine and cos are co-ratios, correct? These two are co-ratios. In these two, co stands for complementary angles. For example, if I say 0 degrees is one of the angles, what is the complementary to 0 degrees? 0 plus how much is equal to 90 degrees? 0 plus 90 is equal to 90 degrees. 30 degrees plus how much is equal to 90 degrees? 30 plus 60 is equal to 90 degrees. So 0 degrees and 90 degrees are said to be complementary angles, and 30 degrees and 60 degrees are said to be complementary angles, And 45 plus how much equal to 90? Obviously 45. So 45 degrees plus 45 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. Now these co-ratios are equal at their complementary angles. Once you observe, sine 0 degrees is equal to 0. 0 plus how much is equal to 90? 90. So that sine 0 value should exactly be equal to cos 90 degrees. Sine 0 equal to cos 90. Why? Because 0 and 90 are complementary angles. Not only for 0 and 90, you can take any other two angles. For example, 30 and 60. Sine 30 degrees should be equal to cos 60 degrees. See, sine 30 is equal to 1 by 2, cos 60 is also equal to 1 by 2. Right? So you don't have to remember all the values. If you remember the values of one trigonometric ratio, then you can remember the entire values of the trigonometric ratios. Everything. For example, coming to cosecant and secant. See, cosecant and secant. These two are co-ratios, right? If you want to find out the values of cosecant, then cosecant is basically related with sine, because sine and cosecant both are reciprocals. If you remember the values of sine, then you can easily figure out the values of cosecant. So the reciprocal values of sine are going to be the cosecant values. See, sine 0 is equal to 0. What is 1 divided by 0? Undefined. 1 divided by 1 by 2 is 2. 1 divided by 1 by root 2 is root 2. 1 divided by root 3 by 2 is 2 by root 3. 1 divided by 1 is equal to 1. So if you remember sine values, you can remember cosecant values. If you remember cosecant values, you can remember secant values. Why? Because cosecant and secant are co-ratios. Okay. So cosecant 0 should exactly be equal to secant 90, because 0 and 90 degrees are complementary angles. Cosecant 30 is equal to 2. Cosecant 30 is equal to secant 60. See, secant 60 is equal to 2. And cosecant 45 is equal to root 2. 45 is complementary to 45. So that secant 45 is also equal to root 2. Like that we can find secant values, as well as tan and cot. Both are co-ratios again. Okay. Of course, they are co-ratios as well as they are reciprocals also. If you remember the values of tan, 1 by tan values will become cot values. So this way you can easily figure out the values of every single trigonometric ratio if you just remember the values of sine. I will just give you one more hint to remember the values of sine exactly. Okay, because if you feel that remembering the values of all 5 values of sine is a bit difficult, then I will give you hint for that also. Okay, just have a look on this. Okay, I am taking the values of only sine. How am I getting the values of sine? Easily. What is my logic? A simple logic to figure out the values of sine. Okay, so that simple logic is like, for example, right. See here the sine values are 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 and 1, right. So now I will just remember the values of sine and then I will give you a clear cut idea for the sine values. Okay. I know that sine 0 degrees is equal to 0, sine 30 degrees is equal to 1 by 2, sine 45 degrees is equal to 1 by root 2, sine 60 degrees is equal to root 3 by 2 and sine 90 degrees is equal to 1. Right. This is what we placed in a table. Now, how do I remember the values of sine? That is what my point is. You have first 4 whole numbers. Do you know what are first 4 whole numbers? Yes, what are first 4 whole numbers? What is the first whole number? 0, 1, 2, 3 and then 4. These are first 5 whole numbers. I am taking first 5 whole numbers. That is, first one is 0, second 1, 2, 3 as well as 4. Okay. After writing first 5 whole numbers, divide every single number by 4. Divided by 4, divided by 4, divided by 4, divided by 4, divided by 4. Right. And then take square root for every single number. So square root of this, square root of this, square root of this, square root of this, square root of that. Now find out the values. 0 divided by anything is equal to 0. Square root 0 is equal to 0. That is the value of sine 0. 1 divided by 4, square root 1 is equal to 1, by square root 4 is equal to 2. 1 divided by 2 is the value of sin 30. Square root 2 divided by 4, here 2 ones and 2 2s are 4, square root 1 is equal to 1, by square root 2 is square root 2 only. So 1 divided by root 2 is sin 45. Now square root 3 divided by 4, 3 divided by 4 cannot be cancelled. So split the square root for both numerator as well as denominator. Square root 3 is square root 3 divided by square root 4 equal to how much? Yes, that is 2. So root 3 by 2 is the value of sin 60. And coming to 4 divided by 4 equal to 1, root 1 is equal to 1, that is sin 90 degrees. You understand? So this way you can easily remember the values of sine. Okay, I repeat. To remember the values of sine, you will have to consider first 5 whole numbers. What are those first 5 whole numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. After writing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and then divide every single number by 4. 0 by 4, 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4, 4 by 4 and then take square root for every single number and find out those values. Those values are the values of sine. This is just a hint so that you can remember how these values are derived. How do you know these values? We already derived, right? Just I am telling you one hint to remember these values easily, because if you remember the values of sine, if you write the values of sine in reverse order, you will get the values of cos. Sine values by cos values will be tan values. 1 by sine values will be cosecant values. 1 by cos values will be secant values. Similarly, 1 by tan values will be cot values. Did you understand? So this is about the values of all trigonometric ratios at some specified angles. Got it? Right. So coming to the next concept, of course you can easily figure out these values, and we'll have a small discussion on by taking some particular examples. Okay. So those particular examples are like, for example, find the value of sin 30 degrees plus cos 60 degrees plus 1 divided by tan 60 degrees plus cot 60 degrees. For example, if this problem is given and you are going to figure out, you are going to simplify this. For that, it is mandatory to remember the values of all trigonometric ratios. Okay, you should tell them instantly, because this kind of questions may carry 1 mark or 2 marks. So that if you want to answer this problem, then I will go for the table. First I will prepare the table and then from the table I can easily extract all these values. It's time waste process. So that is why you try to remember whatever the logic that you use behind this, just to remember all these trigonometric ratios. But try to get the values instantly, right? Now, what is the value of sin 30 degrees? Sin 30 degrees is equal to 1 by 2, correct? Plus cos 60. Cos 60 and sin 30 both are same, which is also equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 is nothing but 1 by 1, that is going to be the numerator divided by, coming to the denominator. What is the value of tan 60? Yes, tan 60 is equal to root 3 plus what is the value of cot 60? Cot 60 is equal to tan 30, which is equal to 1 by root 3. Okay. Now simplify this. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. You don't take LCM because you are being 10th grade student. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is nothing but you should think about half plus half. What is half plus half? Is going to be 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 divided by, what is the denominator and how do you simplify the denominator? Since the denominator has fractions in terms of irrational numbers, you can write root 3 plus 1 by root 3 as root 3 into root 3 is equal to 3 plus 1 divided by root 3. Okay. So 3 plus 1 is going to be 4. Then you can write this one as 2 divided by 4 divided by root 3. So you have a fraction in fractions, right? So that 2 divided by 1 is the numerator. So that you write 2 divided by 1 multiplied by 4 divided by root 3 is in the denominator. If you transpose it to the numerator, the fraction will be reversed. So that it is going to be root 3 divided by 4. So finally your answer is going to be 2 1s and 2 2s, which is equal to root 3 by 2. And can you conclude this answer in terms of a trigonometric ratio? Because the answer is going to be root 3 by 2. But root 3 by 2 is the value of which trigonometric ratio? root 3 by 2, you see root 3 by 2 in first two columns. So, the root 3 by 2 is available with only sine and cos. So, that you can write the answer as sine, how much is equal to root 3 by 2? Sine 60 is equal to root 3 by 2, as well as sine 60 value is equal to cos 30 degrees. Therefore, sine 30 is equal to cos 60 will be the result of this fraction. Because sometimes in multiple choice questions you will be asked the result in terms of trigonometric ratios only, not in terms of the original numbers. So, then in that case you can easily figure out the value of the trigonometric ratio, right. So, this is one of the examples. Let us move on to the second example, that is second one, sine 30 degrees into cos 60 degrees plus sine 60 degrees into cos 30 degrees whole divided by cosecant square 30 degrees minus cot square 30 degrees is equal to how much? Okay. Now, sin 30 cos 60 into sin 60 cos 30 whole divided by cosecant square 30 minus cot square 30. First, you should remember all the values of these trigonometric ratios, right. What is the value of sin 30? Sin 30 equal to 1 divided by 2 into cos 60. The value of cos 60 is also same as sin 30, that is equal to 1 divided by 2 plus sin 60. The value of sin 60 is equal to root 3 divided by 2 into the value of cos 30. You know that sin 60 and cos 30 both are equal because 30 and 60 are complementary angles. We had a discussion about that. So, that the value of cos 30 is also going to be root 3 by 2. That is about the numerator divided by, coming to the denominator, cosecant square 30. The value of cosecant 30, if you do not remember, just think about the reciprocal of cosecant. So, the reciprocal of cosecant is equal to sine. So, cosecant 30 is equal to 1 by sin 30. You know what is sin 30? Sin 30 is equal to 1 by 2. So, that cosecant 30 is equal to 2 by 1. 2 by 1 is nothing but 2. But cosecant square 30, right? So, 2 whole square minus cot square 30. So, cot 30 is the reciprocal of tan 30. So, tan 30 is equal to 1 by root 3. So, that cot 30 is going to be root 3. So, that it is root 3 whole square, which is equal to, now simplify, 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1 divided by 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4 plus root 3 into root 3 is equal to root 3 whole square, which is equal to 3 divided by 2 times 2 is equal to 4 whole divided by 2 whole square is equal to 4 minus root 3 whole square equals to 3, which is equal to, see here 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4, since they are like fractions, directly you can add both the numerators. 1 plus 3 divided by 4 whole divided by 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4 divided by 4 equal to 1 divided by 1 is equal to 1. So, the value of the given fraction is going to be 1. Suppose if you want to express this result in terms of one of the trigonometric ratios, 1 is equal to which trigonometric ratio? Sin 90 is equal to 1, cos 0 is equal to 1, tan 45 is equal to 1, cot 45 is equal to 1, as well as cosecant 90 is also equal to 1 and secant 0 is also equal to 1. So, that is why you can write this one as any one of these trigonometric ratios. Got my point? Right. So, moving on to next example. That next example is, for example, write the third one is, find the value of 1 minus tan square 30 degrees divided by 1 plus tan square 30 degrees and cos 60 degrees. Find the value of 1 minus tan square 30 divided by 1 plus tan square 30, as well as find the value of cos 60, and what did you observe? Okay. I am finding out the value of 1 minus tan square 30 degrees divided by 1 plus tan square 30 degrees. For that, you need to remember what is the value of tan 30 degrees. What is the value of tan 30? tan 30 is equal to 1 divided by root 3. So that it will be 1 minus, this is tan square, right? So 1 divided by root 3 whole square divided by 1 plus 1 divided by root 3 whole square. Okay. So which is 1 minus 1 square is equal to 1, root 3 whole square is equal to 3 divided by 1 plus 1 divided by 3. What is 1 minus 1 by 3 is going to be 2 by 3 divided by 1 plus 1 by 3 is equal to 4 divided by 3. Okay. Now 2 by 3 by 4 by 3 is going to be 2 by 4, which is equal to 1 by 2. Is this 1 by 2 not the value of cos 60? Exactly. So that which is equal to cos 60 degrees. So what did you observe here? You can understand one thing, that 1 minus tan square 30 by 1 plus tan square 30 value is equal to cos 60 degrees. So here you can understand that 1 minus tan square 30 by 1 plus tan square 30 equal to cos 60. And what is, how can you write this 60 degrees? 60 degrees as 2 into 30 degrees. Okay. So if you consider this 30 degrees is equal to theta, then we can say one formula, we can exactly identify one relation between them is 1 minus tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta is equal to cos 2 theta. So this is one relationship between tan as well as cot. Hope you understand. Thank you.